Hello, everyone. We are back. The band is back together. Harry was
Yeah,
locked out
yeah,
of the pod for
yeah.
a few months. He was like the MLB players for a moment.
We
And
couldn't figure out my contract. That's why.
yeah, we couldn't figure out the contract.
My contract.
He wanted all these things, and we're just like, look, this isn't gonna work out. We're like the Oakland A's over here. Like, what's you got to take it easy. We figured it out. We're back. Arrows Up podcast. Harry, I haven't seen your face in a long
Yeah.
time. I mean, I guess I've seen it on Instagram and Facebook and stuff.
Well, not really. I kind of been MIA from there too, due to my
Yeah,
contract negotiations.
exactly. Yeah, you kind of you went fully. Yeah, last time I heard from you, you sent me a stupid Aaron Donald
Oh yeah,
GIF, and you totally ruined. You added salt to the wound that
fuel
was
to the fire.
my Niners getting beat by the Rams. Um, we're gonna do some NBA stuff, and then obviously we're gonna do some long-awaited baseball stuff because today there was some news, I guess.
Some progress.
Yeah, some progress, and
We'll get
so
some football in
so
too.
we'll do that. Yeah, we can do
I
some
want to hear your
football at the
predictions on this
very end,
weekend.
and so yeah, so let's get it going. So let's do the trade deadline. Today was I feel like the NBA season has two major calendar days in the regular season. I guess it's three. You got opening night, although nobody really cares because it's like in the middle of football, but it's like Christmas Day because that's like the NBA start of the season, basketball day, the whole thing, and it's the trade deadline because everyone it goes crazy. Apparently, there's always like a million trades, and even the years where you feel like this year's going to be kind of slow, nothing's really going to happen. Just a bunch of stuff starts happening, and today, as the deadline was wrapping up, we had the big one, James Harden and his mysterious hamstring injury got traded to Philadelphia for Ben Simmons and his mental health issues. So, what do you think of that trade? Let's start there. Let's start with the big one. What do you think? What did you think of that trade for both teams?
Well, let me fact check you a little bit
Okay.
here. A little
Oh, here we
fact check
go.
here.
Of course.
So, how many good days? How many big days in the NBA? You said three.
The regular season. Regular
No,
season.
I'm still talking about the regular season.
And the
How many did you
three.
say? Three?
I would say three. Yeah.
I say four. The waiver wire. You forgot about the waiver wire, the buyout period. There's been a lot of movement in the NBA. Yeah,
But that's like
it's a new era of the NBA.
but
Before we even think about
the buyout is constantly. It's not like it's just like one day.
it's a certain time before they can buy him out, and then after that their contract kicks in, and then they're
Yeah,
screwed.
I suppose so. Yeah, you're right.
Look at this guy, always right. Sure. Um, I don't know. I wasn't feeling this trade deadline, dude. I honestly wasn't.
Really?
I knew the Lakers weren't going to do anything. We'll
Oh
talk
my
about
God.
that a little
Yeah,
later.
yeah. We'll discuss the
Oh my
Lakers
God,
and
the
all that.
Lakers are.
Yikes.
I don't think this changes anything. To be honest with you, James Harden is James Harden. He's gonna want the ball. They're gonna fight between who has the ball in the fourth quarter between Embiid and him. Embiid's gonna want the ball. No, you take the last shot. No, it's not. It's not gonna be that kind of thing. It's not gonna be the issue that we have in the Lakers that one guy takes a shot when there should be three guys taking the shot.
Yeah.
Well, one breaks it half of the time, but yeah, you know what I mean. I think the big deal was Sacramento, dude. I personally think I like the Sacramento deal. That's the one that just like, oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the one I liked most.
You like that one most for who?
I think both sides.
Did you really?
I think both sides.
You might be the first person who likes that trade for the Kings.
No, but you see it in both ways. Their contracts are not. Sacramento's looking to rebuild.
Yeah, but if you're gonna rebuild, I would rather rebuild it with Halliburton.
But they don't know how to.
I would get rid of Fox. Fox has a terrible contract.
Yeah. What are you gonna get back from him? You're not gonna get much from him. He's not doing that well. He's not the James Harden It's not the
Yeah.
big ticket, not the big. I didn't mean to say Kevin Garnett, but the big
No,
ticket
I know what you mean.
and Ben Simmons that everybody wanted. I don't
Yeah.
know why, but yeah.
I think that so in terms of the James Harden one, the James Harden trade.
Oh, Pelicans. I read the Pelicans too.
Oh yeah, the CJ one. I do like the move for both teams because I think Ben Simmons in a team where he's not required to shoot, where he doesn't have to be the guy who scores. Ben Simmons is, in my opinion, top two, top three defenders in the NBA. This guy can defend, 1 through 4. He is spectacular on the defensive end. I think last year, to me, he should have won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Where Ben Simmons' game falls apart is when you want him to be, the guy who's scoring 20, 25 points a game, because that's not his game. That's never been his game. But if you want him to be the defensive stopper who on transition, he's just running downhill to the basket, I think he's going to be so good with those two guys. So I'm excited to see the Nets with Ben Simmons when he's going to play, because I'm pretty sure I hope he's been working out, but we probably won't see him for another 2 weeks or so as they, acclimate him to the team and whatnot. For James Harden, we saw James Harden do this last year with the Rockets. He quit on them. He stopped playing. He everybody jokes that he put on like a fat suit. And this time it was the same thing. He didn't want to be there anymore. He left. He had like the longest. He missed the most games in out of any athlete in the history of the world with a hamstring injury. Yeah. And
even baseball players have less time of that.
Exactly.
And they still play through it.
And I like that he's gonna go to the Sixers, a team where he wants to go. And
where else is he gonna go?
No, but I think it's for him. He wants to be there. Too, Embiid is having an amazing season. He's playing out of his mind, day in and day out. And for him to have a guy who's going to space the floor for him, the pick and rolls for Embiid and Harden are going to be so much fun to watch.
But who's going to take the last shot?
Harden or Embiid. But I think that's the thing with Harden. I think Harden, he's never played with a big guy before. And Harden is a lot of things, but he's also...
Didn't he play with Dwight Howard?
I mean, but Howard and Embiid live in two different planets offensively.
But Embiid takes up a lot of space on the floor.
Yeah, but Embiid can shoot. Embiid.
That's what I'm saying. He takes up those spots on the floor that Harden.
Yeah, but Howard clogged the space, and you're able to space the floor with Embiid. You're not able to do that at all with Dwight Howard. So
you're going to have Embiid in the 3-point line, having the drive in.
Well, I mean, you have him. He does that now.
No, but I'm saying that's what you're going to have.
Probably. And then you have the pick and roll. I
don't think the pick and roll is going to work, dude. I don't think it's gonna come to fruition like you think.
Okay, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I think Philly.
Are you wearing a Sixer jersey?
I think Philly has a chance to make it out of the East.
Philly's been having a chance for the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, and I think
they still haven't done.
But now they have the offensive weapon that they haven't had before.
And they had a bench a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they were always but they never had the guy to help.
You talk about the pick and roll game.
Mm-hmm.
He had Simmons, right? Wasn't that the whole case in the beginning? Always they're gonna run the pick and roll, and they tried it.
Yeah, but Ben Simmons isn't a threat offensively.
Yeah, but from what makes a good line, or even deeper in the free throw line.
Yeah, but what makes a good pick and roll is when both guys, the guy who's setting the pick and the guy who's gonna, the guy who's getting the pick, what makes it dangerous is when both guys are threats.
You're talking about the guy that used to run pick and rolls on you all day long.
Yeah, exactly. And the guy defended. Oh, come on. The guy setting the pick.
I couldn't shoot.
The guy setting the pick. The guy setting the pick when we used to play was no threat.
Exactly.
So I didn't have to worry about it. But now you do have to worry about it. You have to worry about both James Harden. You have to worry about Joel Embiid. You cannot just right now for the Sixers before Harden, you could just bail out on the guy who on the other guy.
Simmons reminds me of Rondo.
And just focus.
Remember how they used to defend him before they used to just leave it?
Yeah, but Rondo he
got better. Like,
Rondo was special. Rondo was ridiculous.
Rondo, I'm saying he reminds me of Rondo.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I can see that. Just a blown up
version of
Rondo.
I still like this Kings deal. Sabonis,
but you like it for the Kings?
Sabonis, bro.
I hate it for the Kings.
Sabonis, Jeremy Lamb that could shoot.
But
I had what? Buddy Hield,
Halliburton,
Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, but
Halliburton is
Halliburton is 21 years old. He's 21 years old. He can run the point. I don't know. I don't think that's the guy you give up. That's not who you give up to do this.
Sacramento's always been about big guys. They're always
Sacramento's stupid.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. They're always been.
They're
who's running it? Is it still Divock running it?
No, I don't think so.
I would
look. I like Sabonis. I like Sabonis
too. I really like Sabonis.
But I don't know. I like Halliburton a lot more than
Sabonis is a lot like Paul Gasol in a sense.
Apologies to Paul Gasol.
I didn't say he's better than Paul Gasol. Yikes. Paul Gasol is like in a different.
See, this is why you get locked out of the pod, bro. Because you come on here and you say like crazy things like that. Paul Gasol's a 2-time champion.
Exactly.
Paul Gasol was.
He's a lot better than his dad. Let's put it that. It's a bonus. And Sabonis was a threat back then.
And then they get Buddy Hield. They get Buddy Hield too, who can shoot. I don't know. I'm
telling you, they're trying to rebuild over this big guy. That's what they're trying to do. There's no other,
which is fine. But I would have offered Fox. I would have been like, you can't have Halliburton.
Yeah, but we talked about Sacramento's not that smart.
Oh man, yeah, clearly. The other trade that I did like as well, and it's a sneaky one, and obviously it depends a lot on
the Pelicans.
No, I mean I'm not that high on
Hornets
on CJ McCollum. That I know people really like him, but
what about the Hornets?
I think he's whatever. I like the Kings are involved in this one too. Serge Ibaka to the Bucks. I like that move.
That's a good move
because you're not asking Ibaka to do a lot. You're not he's not gonna. But I give you, what he used to give you. But in stretches, to have Ibaka come in as a stretch 5, and to you put him in the front court with Giannis sometimes, I think that's going to be really good. And we saw him what he was able to do in limited role with the Raptors a few years ago when they won the title.
It's crazy.
I like that move. And then Detroit in that trade gets Marvin Bagley. I think Marvin Bagley is one of those guys who's young. And he gets a bad rap, but I think it's also situation. He was in a bad situation with the Kings. And I'm going to be interested.
Who was in a bad situation with the
Kings? Good point. And I'm going to be
been well since the 1990s.
I'm going to be interested to see how they handle that.
What trade did you not like?
Well, I didn't like the Kings trade in Halliburton. Besides that, let me see. Everything else was pretty whatever, or it made sense at least. I thought that San Antonio getting Goran Dragic was interesting. I wonder if they're going to buy him out. And there's already rumors that if he gets bought out, like he's going to Dallas to play with
what
Luka.
Is Cleveland going to do with LeVert?
I mean, they need him.
Yeah, but
so
are they going to make a push?
Or Cleveland is good. I like Cleveland. I just don't know.
Dark horse.
I just don't know if LeVert's the guy. LeVert is.
I think they gave up too much.
What I don't like about LeVert is he's a guy who thinks he's better than what he is.
That's what I'm saying. They gave up too much. They gave up first and 2 seconds, sorry.
Yeah.
And then they gave up Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, but Ricky Rubio's injured.
Oh, but that's what I'm talking about. They gave up too much for it.
Yeah, I like I did like, you brought up the Pelicans. I liked it for the Blazers because I do like Josh Hart. I think Josh Hart's a winning player.
Josh Hart's good.
I just, Portland's not in a place where they're gonna win. And
I was talking about the Hornets trade too. I like the Hornets. Do you don't like the Hornets?
I love, yeah.
I was watching them last night, and it's like,
I like
ooh.
their coach. I really like their coach. Their coach Borrego, he's really good.
So
He's
they
a
had
good
Billy
coach.
Donovan as like the offensive coordinator there, or what?
Who?
Isn't Billy Donovan? I seen Billy Donovan on TV. I was like,
Billy Donovan's with he's coaching the Bulls.
oh, okay. I just saw my. I wasn't. They were always wearing black, so I was like,
You like the Montrezl Harrell the trade?
yeah,
That's the one.
I like Harold.
Yeah, I mean
Put some veteran in there and championship experience.
the sneaky one also. I like Aaron Holiday going to from the Wizards to the Suns. I think Aaron Holiday is going to provide a good backup point guard for Chris Paul. He was solid in Indiana, so I like that one. The one that was surprising was Porzingis getting traded to the Wizards.
Washington?
Yeah, because so speaking of ones I don't like that one. Dinwiddie is one of these guys that thinks he's better than what he is, and
that's good confidence. I'll take it any time of the day.
yeah, but now when you're playing with Luka, like he's gonna wave off Luka, like he would wave off Brad Beal, and it's like, bro, what you're Spencer Dinwiddie, like what, like give up the ball.
Oh.
So that one's gonna be interesting. Davis Bertans, he used to shoot the ball well. I wonder if he's gonna be able to find his rhythm, and obviously he's gonna have a lot of open shots with Luka. So that one, I don't like the Dinwiddie piece. I do like the Bertans piece, and I do like that they were able to get off of the Porzingis contract for just a second round pick. I do like that.
So Golden State stay put.
Which I mean, I get it. You're trying to acclimate Clay, and you're gonna get your.
I think they need more of a bench. I think the bench isn't that deep. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know if you're them. I don't know if you blow up your bench to I don't know if you blow up your team to get a few role players, because like you
got a second round pick. You have a bunch of second round picks. Get rid of.
Yeah, but like that, you brought it up. The buyout market's going to be good for them. And
according to you, it's not important. So
no, I didn't say that. But they're going to get they're going to get James Wiseman back. So for the Warriors, I do like what they did, because that's pretty much their two big transactions. They're two trades that they would make, because Clay is starting to look good. He had a good game a few days ago.
Yeah. Clay's my boy.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I do like that. Let's talk about, I mean, it's time.
I was gonna do like a losers type of thing. I was gonna bring up the Lakers.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's time.
That was a good what do you call it?
A good transition. It's time to talk about the Lakers. Don't break your computer. Don't slam on anything.
Since day one, since opening night.
What the hell is wrong with the Lakers?
No, let me explain it to you.
All right.
In my eyes, since opening night, they're really hard to watch. It's just hard to watch. I can't even watch them. That's how bad it is. Like there's no movement. Everybody wants the ball. Everybody. LeBron James was lost half of the time.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Davis is lost half of the time, or most of the time.
Yeah.
He didn't take a shot yesterday at all in the fourth quarter. Like, dude, this guy led you to a championship, the Mickey Mouse championship. They would call it. But he was that guy. I still, every single time I talk to you about this, about Anthony Davis, I still remember Anthony Davis when he was in the Pelicans and what he did to the Warriors. It's like, where is that guy at? I kind of try to bring up excuses to the coach. It might be the coach. I don't know. I think the best coach we ever had was Phil Jackson. After that, it just went south. After that, it just
I like
went
Frank Vogel. I think Frank Vogel is a good coach.
Defensively, he's a really good coach. Offensively, the offense is just stagnant. It's just there's
But
no movement. There's no
but
spacing.
I think it's the roster because I think it's impossible to have any fluid offense with LeBron, Russ,
AD.
and AD. You can have it with LeBron and AD because they do pick and roll and they play off of that and everybody else gets involved. And that's what you saw the last few seasons.
So
Where
Russell needs
So
to.
got his shots. You got KCP who would get his shots. You got, you know, Kuzma that would get his shots from that pick and roll. It's really hard to do it in this team because you're on offense, you're playing 4-on-5. Nobody
Yeah.
You don't take Russell Westbrook as a threat on offense anymore.
Nope, not at all.
So I think it's I disagree when the blame is on Vogel because what else is he supposed to do?
Not allow a bunch of points and just figure it out on offense?
Yeah, but defense is effort. If your guys aren't putting in effort,
well, that's what I'm saying. It's on the coach. In sports, unfortunately, that's how the world works.
Yeah, but in the game, you know that it's not sports because when the Lakers played the Bucks the other night, and AD tried to back down Giannis, and he did the turnaround, and Giannis just met him and blocked him.
Yeah,
that's not on Bud. You don't say, "Oh man, that was great coaching by Bud." That's all effort. That's Giannis in his head saying, "You know what, AD, you're not going to score right now. You're not scoring right now. Yeah. I don't care what my coach says. You're not scoring right now." And for the Lakers, there is none of that. And maybe it is because they don't like Vogel. Maybe they want a new coach. But I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the.
But how do you go from winning a championship with the same coach, and then just dropping
roster?
Yeah,
the Lakers don't have the same defensive roster anymore.
Let's say the Dodgers. This is just baseball terms, the Dodgers with Dave Roberts.
Yeah,
they would go from a championship to like non-existent.
Yeah,
like they're existent last year. They made the playoffs. Unfortunately, they got eliminated like every other team that was in the playoffs, other than the whoever won the Atlanta Braves, whoever won the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, unfortunately, the blame gets taken onto the manager or the coach or the head man.
Yeah. No. For sure.
The GM should be the first guy out, to be honest with you, and then it should be the coach. The owner should be like, "Hey, bro, like."
I mean, but Lakers ownership is a joke. Yeah, you got Kurt Rambis out there doing stuff. Like, dude, Kurt Rambis is like, what are you doing? I don't get it. I don't know what's going on.
Everybody has their own agenda right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's so weird. So
it reminds me of back when what's that? Was that there's an organization that was just like that. The dad died and everything just went to crap.
Yeah, so
that's an organization thing, I guess.
Yeah, so it's just so I wonder how that's gonna
they're very frustrated to watch.
Very. And they didn't make a move. And according to Woj today, they're gonna put all their money in the buyout market, I guess.
Dragic should be available pretty soon, from what I hear.
Yes. See, but I feel like what the Lakers need,
they need shooters.
They need shooters, but they need guys who can play defense too.
Sure.
Well, that's how we won the title. We won the title because KCP and Kuzma and Caruso were all defenders.
Yeah, we could put up 140 points. Who cares about defense?
Yeah, but we're gonna allow 150.
Nah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The Lakers aren't winning the title, so I mean,
dude, if they come back and win I was thinking about this on the way home.
Lakers ain't winning the title.
No, I was just thinking about it in the car. I was listening to our sports radio. Of course, ESPN LA. They're like, Lakers ain't gonna. Nah, I think
Lakers ain't winning. No, they're not.
They might make a run in the playoffs. Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
They're gonna run on the court, maybe, but they're not gonna. No. Guarantee you. Lakers ain't winning. The Lakers ain't getting past maybe the second round. Maybe.
They'll get into the play-in at least.
They might not even get out of the play-in the way they're playing. So
dude, it's just frustrating. It's just super frustrating. I feel bad for.
I'm sick of them. I want the season. I want the Lakers to go away already. Just
get them out of baseball season. I'm pretty much ready for baseball season.
For real,
it's just, it's hard to watch. It's like I keep repeating. It's just hard to watch.
Yeah, it's
frustrating and hard to watch. It's like no excitement at all to watch. Like
none.
All the potential in the world, they can't even do it. It's LA. Like, come on. Let's couple of stars come to play.
The Suns are the complete opposite of Lakers. They have a fluid offense. They play defense. They're young. They have a good blend of young and old players. They are a lot of fun to watch. Do you think they're the team to beat?
Golden State.
You okay? So you still pick Golden State over Phoenix?
Yeah, I just take experience every single time of the day. Experience always beats other teams. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be if they play 10 times, it'll probably be 6-4. 6-4.
Okay. Yeah.
It's close. It's not like a run away with the Warriors.
Right. You just like the experience to edge
just
it
the
out.
Experience factor over. In Game 7, I'll probably take the Warriors over Phoenix. But
I like Phoenix more.
Phoenix has been crazy the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Their roster, the management going on. It's pretty much the complete opposite of what's going on with the Lakers. They're fun to watch. Management has their head on straight. The coaching is great. We see offense and defense. What takes for a championship? If I had to put money down right now, I honestly would put it on Milwaukee. At this point in the season, I would put it on Milwaukee. I know we're talking about Phoenix right now, but if I had to put money down at this point, it would have probably been Milwaukee. Again, experience.
Yeah, they
got better. Like you were talking about the trades that they made, the pickups, and I think they're still gonna be open. They remind me of Milwaukee. At this point, reminds me a lot of like the Rams, the Dodgers. They're always in there.
Yeah,
they're always in there to get the big guy, the next big thing.
I like Phoenix. For me, because they get easy shots over and over and over again. They get easy shots, and I think in close games, and I think I like the experience thing you talk about because I think that you saw that a lot in the finals last year. But they got their lumps, they got the experience, and I don't think we're gonna see that this year.
I hope.
I like Phoenix.
Phoenix.
I think I like them. I think they are, as of now, the team to beat in the league. But yeah, I think I'm with you. You gotta give Milwaukee. They're the champions, so somebody knocks them out. So, and Giannis, I love Giannis. Giannis is I love his mentality, the whole thing.
Well, Phoenix is just like I've been saying. They've been great for the last couple of years or 3 years.
Yeah.
I hope they become the Atlanta Braves this year. Everybody's picking the Dodgers. Everybody's picking Milwaukee. The majority of the people are picking Milwaukee.
Yeah, man, I think we're gonna see a rematch
Braves
in the finals. I think it's gonna be Suns, Bucks, and Suns win.
It has to be something more exciting than the Lakers.
Oh well, look, the Lakers aren't even going to be in this conversation. So the Lakers are going to,
I'm talking about just
get taken out of
anybody but the Lakers,
taken out of their misery.
Let's go tank for the number 1 pick, which they won't be getting for the next couple of years because they traded most of the way.
For real, yeah. Let's do some baseball stuff. Let's get into
my bread and butter. Right
yeah. So let's start.
Where do you want to even start? There's like so much to talk about since we last talked.
Let's leave the lockout for the end, just because that's the somber one. Let's do the first thing. Let's do Bauer. So Trevor Bauer, what was it? 2 days ago?
That's like a curveball right there.
Trevor Bauer, a few days ago.
Yeah,
it came out that all the charges were dropped. He was clear. And I took a big victory lap because on our previous pods that we had recorded, I would constantly talk about free Bauer. you got on your moral high horse and talked about Breeze about
I talk about if I were the Dodger owner.
and this, that, and the other. What am I going to tell my kid if he asks about Bauer? Blah, 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 blah. And I said, I just want to win titles. I just want to win games, bring Bauer to Boston. And
he's free now.
So he's free. Now, is he a free agent? Like, because his contract was not broken by the Dodgers. No. He was just on the commissioner's exempt list.
Yeah, that's it.
So he's a Dodger player, right? Because he signed a what? 1 year, 2 year deal?
3 years, player option.
Player option what?
Every year.
Also, he could opt out.
Yeah, which is
he's opting out. He's opting out.
How is he opting out? He's making
because the Dodgers turned his back on him. The Dodgers.
Okay. Can I just reach over and just beat your ass right now? I'm sorry to say that. $44 million. Is anybody going to pay this guy $44 million to pitch next year? Yep. Who?
Somebody.
Absolutely.
I introduce you to the Yankees who are desperate to win something.
$44 million is not going to happen.
The Red Sox.
Oh, actually, more. Sorry. Let me rephrase.
Are you kidding me?
More than $44 million.
Have you met the Rangers?
No.
Who gave 2 players like a bunch of money and just like you guys are going to win like
understanding me.
You guys are going to win like 80 games.
So when you have a player option, let's rephrase. Let's baby it for Mr. German over here.
Okay.
When it's a player option, you don't give a shit about what the team is doing.
Yeah.
You don't. You take your payday.
You don't think somebody would give him 44 million?
I'm making $44 million and I can get hurt in the middle of the season. Get hurt. I get paid.
Okay.
Other than opting out and being
so you don't think there's a team out there that would give him 44 mil?
In a trade, they'll be forced to, but
in the open market, you don't think so?
Open market, it would probably make about 35, 30, maybe 29. 29 million. I think it was a ridiculous contract. I was talked about it on our previous podcast. Yeah, nah. If I'm him, dude, I'm just get paid. You make the move. I signed with you guys a player option for this reason, so I can chill back and relax. And,
so if you don't want me, you can get rid of me. But
do whatever you need. I'm getting paid my money. That's it.
I guess that's smart.
It's not if it was a team option, it's different.
But the team would pick that up.
The team would not pick that up.
You don't think so?
The team wouldn't pick that up. I mean, that's when
you just lost Scherzer.
So look, so you have a guy was accused of doing whatever it was.
Yeah.
Whatever it was accused. He was acquitted. Whatever. Bad name on the team. Would you want him on the team? If you have an option as a GM to keep him, would you keep him? Probably
yes.
Not. Probably not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's the guy's name?
So if you were the GM of the Dodgers,
1,000%,
you'd keep him right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
Because you know what?
If it was a team, there's so much baggage.
Yeah, because you know what the owner is going to tell me when I go into my performance review, and I win the title with
that's Bauer. That's gonna be on his shoulders.
Judged.
He doesn't want to deal with that shit.
The owner is going to come to me. He's going to talk to me at the end of the year. I'm running the Dodgers. The Dodgers just won the World Series, and Bauer was able to close out the World Series. You know what the owner's going to tell me? He's going to tell me, "Oh man, like you know what? I didn't like that you brought him in. I didn't like." He's going to say, "Man, what a great decision! What a great move!" You know what they're going to say over there on Fox when they're giving me the trophy? What a story, Trevor Bauer! Everything he went through, to get to this moment. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to talk about.
I'm talking about it in the sense of a GM and an owner.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
It does make sense. You see it all the time.
So as an owner, what are you looking to do? Save money, right?
No, it depends who. It depends who. What owner?
Any owner.
No.
Any owner of the
Dodgers ain't worried about saving money. The Dodgers about winning games. What do you
Twitter?
What do you mean?
Twitter, can you set this guy straight?
Please? What are you talking about?
Twitter him @Germ4. Please set him straight if he listens to this.
Come on.
Nonsense.
Follow
if
me.
you're a,
Follow me first.
if you're a GM,
yeah.
and you had all this baggage to deal with,
Mm-hmm.
you would continue moving forward with the relationship.
1,000%.
The second option is you decline it.
And then somebody else beats me with him.
You put him at mercy.
No.
Yeah, that's how it is.
He's
you
free.
decline the. This is what happens. You decline the option.
Mm-hmm.
This is not going to happen in the near future, but decline the option. Give him a qualifying offer. You get a draft pick out of it. Toodaloo.
This isn't the A's. This is the Dodgers.
I'm
being judged. I'm being judged by wins. I'm being judged by wins and losses.
If you want to deal with the back,
that's what I'm being judged by.
I'm seeing it in both ways. I'm not just arguing.
I'm being judged by wins and losses.
I would have loved them.
All anybody cares about in the Dodger organization is winning. That's all they care about. They don't care about anything else. They don't care about nothing else except winning. Because if his name was not Trevor Bauer, if his name was any other name, then yeah, you don't need that pressure. You don't need that scandal.
Yeah.
But if his name is
the Dodgers don't need
Bauer,
that scandal.
They need it with Bauer. Yeah, they do. Yes. Yes, you need that. It's the reason why Roger Clemens kept getting money, kept getting jobs until he couldn't pitch anymore because he was no longer worth it.
When he gets traded, or the Dodgers denounce him, didn't disown him.
Yep.
I become the host of this podcast.
Sure. Or when he opts out.
He already opted in.
So look. If the Dodgers were to let him go, if the Dodgers
aren't going to let him go.
Okay, if the Dodgers were to trade him, if the Dodgers were to trade him, and then later on in the season, the Dodgers trade him, they have to face him in the postseason, and Trevor Bauer becomes the reason the Dodgers don't win the World Series. You know what the conversation is going to be?
There's not going to be a conversation.
Yes, there is. Nobody's going to say, "Oh man,"
because there's going to be
let's give a round of applause to the Dodgers GM who cared more about the morality. They're going to be like, "Man, had they kept him, had they just sucked it up, the dude was innocent." Yeah. It's why Antonio Brown keeps getting jobs because he's still really good at football.
Yeah, somebody going to sign him. What are you going to get for him? That's what you got to think about.
He's still really good at football.
No, I'm giving it to you both sides, bro. I'm not giving it to you the way I think or the way. What are you gonna get for him? If you're saying he's that good,
some guys are worth the headache, and that's just the way it goes.
So let's say you're gonna trade Bauer. Let's say an example, Bauer for Aaron Judge. Right. Not Aaron Judge, the other guy, Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah.
You make the deal or don't?
If I'm who?
Dodgers.
See, but no way. I wouldn't. Not for Carlos Stanton. No.
I would.
No. You need pitching though. That's what you need if you're the Dodgers. You need another arm.
But New York needs pitching too. And you're saying there's going to be teams out there that are going to be desperate that way, and that's kind of where I see it unfolding. There's going to be another team on the other side giving the Dodgers a call. Hey, what do you want for Bauer?
You would want Stan? That's what you would want?
I'm throwing names out there. You'll probably get Clinton Frazier. Maybe. I'll take him.
I guess.
I'll take a bullpen arm. Yeah. I'll take or what about this? Trevor Bauer for Luis Castillo.
Josh Hader.
I know the Josh Hader move won't happen, but
I'll give you Matt Barnes and Kike Beck.
There you go. Deal done. You see how it goes both ways. It's like there's no.
I know, but the winner in that would be the Red Sox.
But you're getting rid of a headache. I'm just speaking. Like I said, I'm speaking on both sides.
Yeah. I guess it depends on the team,
and that's what the team wants to do,
But this is why I think the Dodgers are better staying because the Dodgers are a good organization.
Yeah,
you can handle that headache.
I personally think they paid off the Pasadena PD, but
that's a big allegation. It's a big allegation.
Somehow it just goes away magically.
Yikes. It's a
That's
big
why.
allegation.
Hey, money talks to the world. German money talks in this world. If you didn't know, I said I personally think I'm not.
Yeah.
They did.
Harry's views do not represent the views of Arrows Up podcast or
They
German
do.
Contreras.
They do because it's it could have. You never know. There's a lot of people out there putting conspiracy theories about different other things, so I could do that too.
That would be interesting. So Bauer's free. We're gonna know more.
It's more of a sit and watch again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now we're waiting to see what when the players are gonna be let in.
And don't get me wrong, I'll take him.
Yeah.
If the Dodgers say they're gonna keep him, okay, cool. He's my guy. He's my guy.
Yeah.
If I trade him, I'm not gonna cry over it.
Yeah. Let's do the Baseball Hall of Fame. You want to do negative or positive first?
Let's just talk about the Hall of Fame.
I know, but there's two conversations in the Hall of Fame.
And Barry Bonds.
So you want to do negative?
As a Dodger fan, Barry Bonds got what he deserved. As a baseball fan, as a baseball guy,
right?
I think he should have been in.
Okay. So let's do. Okay, there's some people that don't know how the Hall of Fame works. The Baseball Hall of Fame. The Baseball Hall of Fame was started by this. I think it was some guy or a group or whatever, and it was not MLB. It was not affiliated with MLB. It was just like, hey, I want to have a museum for baseball. We started it, and it's you got some MLB voters, MLB writers to vote on all these things. And one of the things that was big for these guys was morality and whatnot. And so the Baseball Hall of Fame isn't even connected technically to baseball because it's the writers, the MLB writers who are doing this. And so that's how the Hall of Fame works in baseball. This isn't like baseball's Hall of Fame. This is like an extension of baseball. And it's why, like, in the NFL, for example, you get somebody from the NFL Hall of Fame, which is connected to the NFL.
Yeah.
Who's like inducting you into the NFL Hall of Fame. There isn't like a MLB Hall of Fame. This is the Baseball Writers Association Hall of Fame. That's what this is.
Yeah.
And my problem.
How do we get a vote in this?
We got to keep. We have to keep grinding. So one of the things you get in these, obviously, is you have to hit, what is it, more than 75% of all the votes? Yeah. So you get more than 75%, then you're in. You make the cut. And so you're on the ballot for 10 years, and after 10 years, you're off the ballot forever?
There's a veterans committee now that can get you in.
Okay, so you go through that process to try to get back into
or new era. They call it something. The veterans or new era committees, and another committee that can get you in.
Right. So you go through that committee, and then maybe you can get back on the ballot. But this is supposed to be a museum. Now, I don't know what these baseball writers don't understand about museums, but museums are there to tell you the history of something, not to tell you the history that they want to tell you. So if you go to a World War II museum, they're not going to remove the Nazi stuff because they don't want to shine light. They're going to tell you about the Nazi stuff because that's part of
we want to know about that. Yeah.
Well, not only do we want to know, but it's part of the history. Whether you like it or not, it's part of the history. When you're telling the history of the United States, regardless of how you feel, you have to talk about slavery. You have to. It's just the way it goes. So it's not even that you're highlighting. It's not even that you're doing anything. It's just, hey, this is just what happened. It's just the way it goes. So whenever this conversation about the Baseball Hall of Fame comes up, I just don't get it because it's a museum. Like, I understand they cheated. I understand, whatever. They ruined.
It's not cheating. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. Not only did everybody do it, but baseball was very happy that the Maguire and Sosa thing happened because that saved baseball. Everybody was super interested in that. You can say whatever you want about, the Barry Bonds stuff, but they were doing break-ins into the games. You would watch, Sports Center, and Sports was okay.
Era.
Hey, we're gonna go into, whatever, because Barry Bonds might hit a home run.
Yeah.
And it changed baseball completely because
he was getting intentionally walked.
Yeah,
bases loaded.
Yeah, it added a different element of popularity to the sport. So for you then to say we're not going to allow these guys in because of the morality stuff, then what I don't understand, why don't they just put it on the plaque? Like, hey, Barry Bonds was, he did this, he did all that, but he was a suspected, because technically Barry Bonds never tested positive for anything. He was a suspected.
His head was just big.
Yeah, well, that's right. You put he was a suspected steroid user, but Barry Bonds is the best left fielder ever. Up until Mike Trout, he was the best baseball player I ever saw in my life.
I don't deny
that. So to me, I
hated him as a Dodger fan.
Yeah, to me, I just think it's one thing for you to not like Barry Bonds. And the NFL did this with T.O. They didn't. He wasn't a first ballot because they. Yeah. It's like it doesn't matter how you felt. Was this guy good or not? Roger Clemens is the same. The only guy I can't defend like that is Pete Rose, because Pete Rose, like, the one agreement. No, hold on. The one agreement that everybody said is, hey, you cannot bet on baseball, and he bet on baseball. So that one, it's like, hey, you knew that was known, and even he should be on there. That's my sense.
I just think about like having that conversation, or my kids having that conversation with their kids. Oh, what happened between 2003, 2002, right? So in
98. That was a Sosa Maguire thing.
Well, that's okay. Cool. They're not in the Hall of Fame, man. We're talking about Barry Bonds right now.
So but that's the genesis of it.
But when he started breaking the records, that's what I'm talking about. The 2000, 2002.
But I think that's the genesis of it, because Barry Bonds was the best player, and then Maguire and Sosa, who were mediocre.
My kids their kids are not going to ask. Oh, so
yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They're going to ask who is the leader, or they're going to see in their games or show, whatever it is, the leader of home runs all time is Barry Bonds. Oh, who is that guy? The videos are going to show it.
Yeah.
But the Hall of Fame can't do it. Like like I said, I have two different stances in it, as like I always do. Safe side. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So as a Dodger fan, I hate Barry Bonds. I hate Barry Bonds in passion. I hate the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
But he deserves to be in it. I think he deserves to be in it. I think Roger Clemens deserves to be in it. I think this whole 75% thing should go out the door. I think it should be a milestone type of thing. If you have a certain milestone that gives you points to get in there, or if he breaks a certain record, you should somehow get in there. Because there's been some good players out there. There's been the Juan Pierre's. He's not a Hall of Famer, but he was a game changer. The speed.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be Hall of Famer.
I'm not saying he's going to be. I'm just saying that just a part of his. There should be a.
I see. Okay, I see what you're saying. Like, he should be mentioned somewhere.
Somewhere there should be some type of mention of him. I know he's not a Hall of Famer, but he's one of the great ones out there. Right. One of the great base stealers. One of the great.
Right.
Utility
guys.
Whatever he was in his era. Or Hershiser. He's not in the Hall of Fame.
That's a travesty. That's stupid. That's just stupid.
Fernando Valenzuela is not a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those are just stupid though, because they should be.
And I could keep going. There's a bunch of other players from other teams that are not in the Hall of Fame. But then you put in, I don't know who. You're gonna hate me for this, but David Ortiz.
No, come on.
It's the first name that comes up in my head. Right?
No way.
There's other ones that I don't mean to say that David Ortiz should have been in the Hall of Fame. I'm using it as an example. Like there's players out there that haven't done these accomplishments that they have. David Ortiz, clutch player. I would take him any time of the day. This story that he turned
Jeff
his career
Bagwell.
around. Okay, cool.
Jeff Bagwell's
All right, let's use Jeff Bagwell. I want to use David Ortiz to start some fire in you, but
yeah,
okay.
How dare you slander the great David Ortiz name?
Oh, I was just gonna say that that's the stories that I want to give to my kids and the kids of the kids. Like David Ortiz, icon.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Jeter, icon.
Yeah.
But because the stats don't, don't think you're not gonna. Why put these guys in there and their stats don't? So what's the whole? I'm just trying to figure out the meaning of the Hall of Fame. What gets you in the Hall of Fame? Is it you kissing the ass of the right baseball writers? Or is
apparently, which is awful.
Is that what it is, or is it you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Because to me, right now, at this point, after them not putting Barry Bonds in, to me, it's like a WWE Hall of Fame. Do you know about it? It's a joke now. Why don't you put these guys that deserve to be in there? Who cares? Yeah. Who cares about the ball? You broke a milestone, automatically in. Any milestone you break, you're automatically in. Who cares? Because you're part of baseball history, and that's what that is. That's what the Hall of Fame is. When you go to Cooperstown, you go over there to see all these legends. You go see Babe Ruth. I never got to see Babe Ruth play, but you get to see stuff that he did and things he did. Shoeless Joe Jackson, one of the best baseball players out in history.
Yeah.
His team cheated, and look at that. Banned from baseball. Pete Rose, I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. Like, I was before a moralist about other things, but in this kind of thing, who cares? Who cares? I played the game before. I know there's so many dirty things that happen in this game that it makes all this other stuff fractions. If a player wants to go kill themselves, go kill yourself. If steroids are bad, supposedly, go let them do it. This is their life, not yours. Who are we to say that this guy belongs into the Hall of Fame and who doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame? Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame because he broke a record. He was an impact player.
Yeah.
It's like saying Mike Trout doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame.
I think we're getting
that's gonna happen.
No, stop it.
That conversation is gonna happen because what did he do? What has he done? He hasn't won. He hasn't won. This is the whole new era of this baseball thing. It's not his fault. His team sucks.
Yeah.
To me, any team out there with a brain would take this guy. Same conversation with Barry Bonds. Any guy with a brain will take him. So I don't know. I'm at the point that I don't know what the Hall of Fame means, and they have to figure that out.
And I think that's the frustrating part, that it's not serving the purpose that it said it was going to serve. It said it was going to be the museum. It's not a museum. Mm-hmm. This is it's being held by these gatekeepers who are judging stuff. Like, you have known racists in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Known racists. Like, and I think that's like, if you want to get moral, like, how are you allowing guys like Ty Cobb to be in there? Yeah. Like, if we want to go down this road of morality, like, what are we doing here? You have, the guy who used to own the Red Sox, the Yawkey guy. Horrible guy. He didn't want any black players on the team. That was why the Red Sox were the last team to have any black players. He's in the Hall of Fame. So if we want to get all more moral about these things, it gets super like weird.
Jackie Robinson's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Well,
why? Because he's black? Sorry, I said it.
Yeah. Very overrated numbers. Yeah, you're right.
I'm in the. What does it mean now?
I agree. So I just think it's one of those things that becomes very difficult to put into perspective, because
Jackie Robinson has his own day.
Yeah.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
Well, I think that is bigger than because that's just like the color barrier, the whole thing. So obviously that's separate. But
Yeah, but are
if
you
you're not
always
gonna
gonna?
have, yeah, no, I get you. But if you're gonna have, if you're not gonna have Barry Bonds, and you're
Why don't we
gonna,
have a Ricky Henderson Day
no, you're not gonna try to have Babe Ruth Day.
or a Barry Bonds Day?
Yeah,
Barry Bonds is African American.
yeah,
He's one of the greatest baseball players to ever live,
yeah,
and we don't have a day for him.
yeah. It just doesn't make any sense. So, be better, Baseball Hall of Fame.
So
Be better.
Mookie Betts gets in the Hall of Fame, or he doesn't.
Yeah, I think so.
The reason?
If I'm voting,
Well,
I mean,
I'm just
yeah.
saying, what reasons would you give? Is it because of the 2 World Series titles he has? Because to me personally, he hasn't made any impact, like any,
Right, but
statistical.
I'm assuming he's gonna play a little bit. He's gonna play longer, and he's gonna build his case.
Is it going to be the Derek Jeter type because he was Mr. October?
Probably.
I'm saying it. What
No,
case?
I mean,
what
no,
case
no.
is going to make? Is it going to be what?
But no, probably that's probably what's gonna happen.
But they have the guy who blew out every statistic in the book.
You are preaching to the choir.
No,
we're on the same.
This is for the people listening. Like,
yeah.
What do you? Like,
yeah. No, for sure.
He got me hot already.
On the positive end, my guy David Ortiz, Big Poppy, he made it. Congrats to him.
Yeah,
I was super happy for him. He
deserves it, dude.
He did. Yeah.
The career he had, the resurgence he made.
Yeah.
He's
and just the stability. It wasn't just like a few years. Like he was stable for all those years, and so he, turned the Red Sox around. He's the reason why the mentality, at least of the loser Red Sox that never were able to get over the hump, changed, because he took control of the game in 2004, and we never looked back. And because of Ortiz,
he was there.
Because of David Ortiz, to this day, when it comes to the Yankees, Red Sox, there's no fear, and it's a very different atmosphere now. We even in this wild card, the Red Sox beat on the Yankees. Were in pre 2004. That was not imaginable that the Red Sox would beat the Yankees in big games.
I told you
over and over. Yeah, but it is whatever.
It's not gonna happen.
That's just my psyche. I have to get it. You're a very confident fan. I'm not. I am very negative first, and I enjoy the positivity after. Yeah, it's just.
We could tell if you germ 4.
It's just
want to see the.
Follow me, follow me, the roller
4.
coaster. I'm a roller coaster. I'm a mess.
It's fun to listen to.
I'm a mess.
To watch. Sorry, not listen to. We're fun to listen to, but.
Yeah. And so let's do this is the lockout. So today they agreed to universal DH. You're a purist. You hate it, I'm guessing, right? Yeah, you hate it. Okay.
So for the people listening, yes, I do.
Okay, why?
I want the pitcher to hit. Okay. I want Urias to hit.
Yeah.
No, it's just how could I put it? It's becoming more universal now. It's becoming different.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say an example. You go to an Angel game.
Yeah.
And you go to throw me another NL team. That's not the Dodgers. D-backs game.
So yeah, okay.
Let's say D-backs.
Yeah.
What are you gonna see? What are you gonna see in an Angel game? More power, more hits. The D-backs game, what are you gonna see? More pitching.
Yeah,
more strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So you see 2 different types of games. Compared to now, it's gonna be everything's the same. Cool. Go get a DH. So now the market is just gonna flood with a bunch of DHs.
Yeah.
You can't play defense. Cool. You're a DH now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great for the Dodgers. Don't get me wrong. Once we signed Freddie Freeman and we had Muncy in the bench, so he had it for DH, but just throwing it out there.
But you guys are trying to save money, right? Right.
No. That's my prediction is gonna happen. Oh, Muncie's hurt. Muncie's hasn't came back. He's
No,
not
I got
100%, and
yeah,
but that's the way I see it. I want to go to a baseball game and
see the differences.
Experience the differences.
Yeah.
Eventually, yeah, everything changes, but I like that. I like the different style of baseball. I like going to different atmospheres and watching a game, a different strategy being played. Not everybody can hit the ball, you know?
Yeah.
The whole who was that team that the Nationals. You see the Nationals team. The Nationals team when they won the World Series is so different.
Yeah.
Compared to now, it's just offense. Even the Braves this year. It was offense, but you know, they put some bunts down, they moved some players over. You know, the strategy. It's not gonna be there no more.
Yeah.
So now everybody's gonna hit and we'll see what happens. I guess offense sells tickets according to these people.
Well, that is true. I didn't mind it. I thought it was, whatever. This was coming. Cool. It was, yeah. In terms of the lockout, how long do you think this is gonna go?
Well, before that, there was more. There was a second part to the whole. We had a press conference with this guy today. Wow, can you believe that? He actually showed face. He actually had the balls to show his face. So there's no more. Remember, I was talking about the whole draft thingy. Yeah. If you get signed with a qualifier, that's gone. So yeah. That's another big thing. I personally think that's a big loss because now it's pretty much anything goes now.
Mm-hmm.
What if Tampa Bay can't afford this player? What are they going to get back from him? He's going to sign somewhere else and they don't get anything back for him. At least before you can get a draft comp and you can get somebody.
Yeah.
You can build from it. Now it's like, okay, cool. Deuces, let's say Evan Longoria back then. Evan Longoria could just walk away with nobody. Or I don't know. I think it's more of a big market type of thing that they're feeling into, because that DH is going to command a lot more money. So I think how it's supposed to go, how it should have been. This thing should have been all together. It should have been one package of this whole. Now that we get into the lockout, yeah, of course, it's all financial, but I think it should have been more for, I don't know. I kind of side on the owner's side in a sense, because the salaries are getting outrageous. They're getting outrageous. Just salaries for just things there. So okay, cool. It's getting there. So they have this whole salary cap thing, right? Or it's not even a salary cap. It's what do they call it?
The tax threshold or whatever.
Yeah. You have that. Cool.
Mm-hmm. The luxury tax thing.
Yeah, but you still are not able to sign. The Oakland A's aren't able to sign the same guys as the Dodgers are. Or the Oakland A's are the same guys as
but I don't feel bad for the owners, because if you can't afford that, then sell the team.
No, that's what I'm saying. I side for them that they should have some type of system.
No, but I disagree, because you're a billionaire. But you own something. Sports owners are the only ones who own something that always gains value. It's the only ones. There's no other investments. There's no other thing that you buy. If you buy a house, the market can go down and you lose money. If you buy a sports team, you are making money all the time. And it is constantly. The profit is constant. You're always going to sell your team. If you buy it for $1 billion, you're guaranteed to sell it for more than $1 billion. So if you can't afford it, if you can't spend money, I don't want to hear, we can't compete with the Dodgers. Well, then sell the team. Sell the team. There's a bunch of billionaires.
Okay, cool. I get your point. Okay, let's say the Dodgers owners buy the A's.
Yeah.
When you can't fill the stadium up, how are you going to pay for all this?
Guess what? The A's are filling the stadiums when they're winning.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Tampa Bay. My bad. It was Tampa Bay. That was an example.
I think Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay doesn't deserve a baseball team.
I'm
That's see, but that's a separate conversation altogether. That's not has
Seattle.
nothing to do.
Seattle can't sell it.
Seattle has sucked. You want to go see Seattle?
Seattle was good before. The only time,
Hey, guess what? They were selling tickets.
No, the last time they filled up a seat was when King Griffey Jr. came back for that 1-year contract, and that's the only time he came back. And that was the second half of the season.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
they made the playoffs after that, and
right.
It was more of the other fans than Seattle. The Minnesota Twins can't sell out.
They were selling over Joe Mauer.
Joe Bauer. Or Bauer, sorry, yeah. Bauer. I'm in the Bauer thing. Bauer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get good players, people are gonna come and watch them. It's just the way it goes. It's the law of these things. It happens everywhere. When the Lakers had all these young guys and didn't no.
The Lakers were still selling out.
No, they weren't.
They were still selling
okay,
out.
But they were selling their tickets a lot cheaper to do that. Trust me, I was going to a lot of those Laker games because they were very cheap. Very cheap.
I haven't been to a Laker game, so I don't know. I can't talk about that.
So it's one of those things that if you the Dodgers went through that. Dodgers
never went through that. No,
you had empty seats. Oh, come! What are you talking about? You would watch the Dodgers on TV, and it was just empty seats.
It was during the weekdays. It was in their weekdays. Any weekend games, it was sold out. The Dodgers have been leading in attendance for the last probably 15, 20 years.
And they've been good for like more than half of those.
Yeah. But they've been,
they've been good.
They've been busy.
So I feel I'm never going to feel sorry for a billionaire.
Okay. Let's
feels like they can't compete.
Case study, the Angels. They go buy players and.
Yeah, but the Angels are stupid.
That's what I'm saying, though.
No, but every situation, like the Dodgers were stupid before. Guess what? They got smart ownership, and they got good players, and they're filling the stadium.
So, in your terms, what should be in that deal for both sides?
I would like to see the removal of the service years. I think that's awful.
I think it's gonna be gone. It's gonna be gone,
and it should be. I think it's awful that these teams can stash away a guy for a month, and then that means that he can't be eligible for a contract for another year. So
that's gonna be.
That's awful.
That's what I heard. It was in there.
I think everything else. What's the sharing? I think that I'm always gonna side with the players just because they're the ones that produce the product. They're the ones that make this thing go. The Red Sox print money, and the owners have the audacity to say we're gonna trade away Mookie Betts because we can't afford him.
It's not that they can't afford him. It's more
they don't want to pay the tax.
Exactly.
I know, but don't give me that if you own the Red Sox. Well, don't give me that. Don't tell me that.
There shouldn't be a tax in the first place.
Don't tell me that when you own the Red Sox and you're selling out and you're printing money. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me you don't want to pay the tax when you own the freaking Red Sox. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
That's putting more money in their pockets.
Yeah. So as a Red Sox fan,
if you were an owner, you would do exactly the same thing.
No.
You would buy.
It's why honestly,
buy every single player.
As much as I hate, you're not gonna go broke. Come on,
you'll go broke.
As much as I hate the Yankees, I love the way Steinbrenner ran that team because he ran that team the way a fan would run that team. And guess what? The dude never had to file for bankruptcy. Why? Because the Yankees print money. He starts the Yes Network, and that's like another $1 billion that comes in every single year. And I just think that is the way, if you're gonna own a team, that's what you need to do. That's the way it should be. Because it's an investment that continues to improve.
Yeah. I would start away from the minor league system. I would have them own the horses.
That's another thing. Yeah, I want to see that too.
Because these owners of minor league teams don't have the money to pay these guys.
Yeah.
But the major league teams do.
Yeah, and I that's another thing. We got to start taking care of these minor league players, and some of these horror stories that we've did a pod on it before. It's awful. It's awful.
Yeah, there's a lot to fix in baseball, but I think it's more financial than anything. I personally, like I said, think the players are making way too much money.
Oh, come on. I disagree.
It's ridiculous. There's
Somebody wants to pay that, go for it.
No, but I'm saying there's no. How can I put it? I get it that they want to put a threshold on it. Just call it a salary cap if you want. But the salary cap should be $210 million, $250 million. Let's put it $250 million. That should be the salary cap. If you go over that, then you pay a tax. Give everybody the equal. Again, it goes back to your
I know,
your
but
point.
you do understand that the Rays don't even spend anywhere near that? You think that's okay? That's not okay.
But I'm saying it goes back to your point. It goes back to your point. If you can't afford the team, sell it. If the team doesn't sell out, move it. Two easy fixes. Vegas is craving for a team. Montreal's craving a team.
Yeah.
There's places out there that want teams. And then we have the shithole of Tampa Bay. Sorry, Tampa Bay, but it's a dump.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to go there. Shouldn't have a team. Why is there so many teams in Texas? So many teams in California. A's gotta go. A's go to Nevada. Go build them stadium. There has to be. I always love the way, as much as they hate on the NFL commissioner, Goodell. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Goodell. That guy knows how to run a business, and he knows how to run everything. I'm sorry to say it, but that guy has his shit straight. The NFL is making money. They're printing money. The teams are being competitive. There's no tanking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might have been playing coaches supposedly to lose, but that's different.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different. That would be one of the fixes. But then I'm not a financial major. I'm just throwing it out there as a fan. What does every team have out in the outfield? Sponsorships. So you're telling me that Oakland A's can't get sponsorships? Tampa Bay can't get. There should be, again, every team has to spend this much. They don't spend, there's a penalty.
Yeah.
You can't tank anymore.
Yeah.
You got to spend the money. I forget what organization runs like that. There's some type of organization. I don't know if it's the NHL or somebody could at me on that. But you have to spend a certain amount of money.
The NBA is like that.
There you go. It was fun. One with the N. Yeah, just make it that way. You got to spend this much money. If you don't spend it, there's a penalty. You could go up to 250 million. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think that's sufficient enough. And if you're gonna buy the minor league team, which I don't think it's gonna happen, bring it up. Have a separate salary cap for the minor leagues. Pay these guys, because it's stupid that we have players in the minor leagues, and I know a few that have been working summer jobs or working not summer jobs but winter jobs, working spring jobs just to stay afloat. That's ridiculous. Why can't it be that somebody gets drafted and goes to automatically to the MLB? Why do they have to go to the minor leagues? There's players out there that deserve. I get it, the whole grooming thing, but the NBA does it. NFL does it. Invest some money on those people. Invest more money through the organization to get them there. You can still teach them how to be a good pro player in the majors. You don't have to go to the whole minor leagues. What are you teaching them? We're not in 5th grade anymore that you have to go, let's go through the basics, guys. This is how you put on your uniform. This is how you know.
Yeah.
This is how you act with fans. No, I don't know. Baseball is really fucked up right now, and it's sad. It's sad to see because this guy doesn't care about baseball. This guy, I don't even know what this guy's agenda is because everything is screwed up. Everybody has their own committees. There's a committee for this. There's a committee for that. There's a committee for the Hall of Fame. There's a committee for salary. There's arbitration. Really, arbitration? Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot
Yeah.
of things that.
Yeah. So I want to see those things primarily fixed because I don't want to hear about the money aspect from an owner standpoint. I don't want to hear it. You can't afford it, sell it. It's just the way it should be and the way things should run in professional sports. I think the fact that there is a cap in these leagues is crazy. Imagine you apply for a job and they're like, hey, so the most we can give you is this. Why? Oh, it's just what we decided. Like what?
Imagine,
like what do you mean?
This thing just came up to my head. But imagine baseball was ran like soccer.
Oh
like let's say the Bundesliga.
That'd be great.
Let's see. No, what happens if you lose for so many years?
Well, I think that's such. I think I love.
No. There's no such. We're gonna out the minor leagues. The minor leagues they're part of your system.
No, but I think that's what's great about soccer in that sense. You get the regulation. That's what you're talking about. The relegation. Yeah. And I love that. The only thing is you would need a bunch of other teams, and you need an infrastructure. And soccer has that with not only the clubs that are in the other divisions, but you also get the in-season trophies and tournaments that involve all of them. And obviously that removes that adds a competitive balance to it. That adds you can't just tank because if you're last, you drop. So and all that is great. All of that is great. But one of the things you see sorry, go ahead.
Example, you lose for 5 years straight. Baltimore.
Yeah.
You're going to the minors. I don't care. You sell your players. Get rid of your players to try to make it back up, but you're going to the minors.
Yeah, I think that that would be ideal, but we don't have enough teams.
Vegas needs a team. Montreal needs a team.
Yeah, Montana but you would need like
Idaho needs a team.
You would need a bunch of teams to get that done, and the players would never agree to that. The owners would never agree to that. And it
has to be something to fix this system. It sucks. Just these teams just lose just on purpose. You can tell they're losing on purpose.
On purpose, yeah.
Like it's not even fun to watch. Like there's no competitive
at all. And I think that's why it has to be more about fixing on the owner side more than anything else, because it's on that side that the problem is. It's not on the player side.
They could be on the owner side. They could be you lose for 4 or 5 years straight. Yeah, the salary.
See, but in soccer, it's if you lose 1 year, you go back down because that's the price.
But I'm saying like for the owners, you have to sell a team after 5 years, or let's say 4 years.
Now you're entering into the slippery slope. I don't want to touch that.
Why don't you want to touch it?
Because I don't like. We shouldn't be able to tell anybody that you're forced to sell for anything.
Well, you're not being competitive at all.
I know, but I think that we're going now against like the cultural, the liberties, the American liberties. That if you own something, you can run it into the ground.
But that's part of the contract of being onto the MLB.
Oh, like you want to add that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. It'll be it'll get rid of those Orioles. They're losing. What division? And AL East.
Yeah.
Perfect division. Love it. The top half before Baltimore. You see how they all beat up on each other?
Mm-hmm.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's how baseball should be. Everybody just beats up on everybody.
Yeah.
Like there's no like, oh, okay, there. No, everything's competitive.
Yeah.
NL East was getting there. It's getting there once we get Miami involved, but
yeah.
they're slowly getting there. AL West. AL West was competitive for a while. Like why I don't know. I don't understand it, you know? The kid there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of players out there that want to play baseball.
Yeah.
Like how hard is it to find? You can go to the Dominican and grab like a whole bus full. You can bring them over. They'll play baseball.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing that bothers me with baseball. It's not competitive at all. It's hard to watch at times.
Yeah.
It's like watching the Lakers over and over and over. Oh, hey, you got a series against Baltimore. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we'll continue to monitor this whole thing and how this whole thing plays out. I think it's February, so I'm hoping something gets done soon.
Mm-hmm.
It would suck if opening day is pushed and we lose games.
You were asking me that question. I forgot.
Although it's looking like that, I think it's things aren't looking that great because neither side is budging.
I think we're gonna get started on time.
You think so? Yeah. I hope you're right.
I have a suspicion, insider stuff.
Okay,
because they're gonna try to get together.
Yeah,
and I think they haven't been as aggressive as in the past years.
Yeah,
but it takes one. It takes a leader, and supposedly this guy. So I have a question. It blows me. So how does a commissioner get into be a commissioner? The owners bring him in, right? Okay, and that's all I needed to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it happening. I want it to happen on time because I'm supposed to go to spring trainers this year.
Yeah. So we're all rooting.
I'm being that selfish.
Yeah, no, but we're all rooting for it. We're all hoping it happens. We're all hoping it comes to they all come together and agree to end this madness, because this is what this is. It's madness. Agree to it and let's play ball. That's what I said. So, anything else?
Super Bowl, baby, getting ready.
Super Bowl. Let's end. Okay, let's end with the Super Bowl. So Bengals, Rams. You're a Rams fan, I guess. After your tweet, you're just trolling. You're a troller.
I was trolling.
You're trolling. Okay.
No, I like the Rams.
Right, of course.
I like the Rams beforehand. Yeah. I have pictures. I could send you pictures if you need to.
Sure.
I'm just not a diehard like I am as a Dodger fan.
Yeah, you die easy.
Pretty much, yeah. They win, they lose, they lose. Yeah. I'm gonna be at a funeral on Sunday. I'm not even watching the Super Bowl, so there you go. So that's how much of a fan I am.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna. I believe it's gonna be a blowout.
Rams.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, I'm rooting for the Bengals. That's what I'm rooting for. I'm not rooting for the Rams, but I'm not an idiot. So I want the Bengals to win. But I think the
Rams defense is just.
I think the Rams are. I wouldn't be surprised if we look up and it's like 31-3.
I'm saying 31-10.
So I think I'm gonna say the Bengals because I'm not gonna be on record of picking the Rams, but we're
a sports podcast, bro. Say the truth.
I'm doing it I'm being salty. That's my salty pick, and that's just the way it goes.
Well, what's the rule in sports? When they beat your team, you root for that team.
No,
unfortunately,
no. What rule is that?
It's
So the Giants would have beat the Dodgers. You would have rooted for the Giants.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. I rest my case, Your Honor. I rest my case. So I'm rooting for the Bengals. I'm hoping.
What happened to your Niners, dude? Like,
I don't. You can listen to the last pod.
They fell flat. They just.
Yeah, we started off hot and then we lost steam, and then that was it. That was the end of it. So yeah, I think Bengals in a close one. See, I can't even.
You
I
guys
don't know.
smell that, guys? You guys smell that all the
Yeah,
way over
it's a
there?
bunch of BS. Of
Yeah,
course,
a bunch of BS. Just see
Um,
Rams, bro. I mean, who cares?
I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams win.
Now the Rams are gonna win. It's gonna be. You know what I'm more excited about more than anything? I
The
can
halftime
care
show.
less. The halftime. There you go.
Are you
know
even
me.
gonna watch that?
Yeah, you know me well. I can
Are you
stream it
gonna
on my
watch it?
phone. I can stream
Okay.
it on my phone. I can rewatch it again and over and over and over. Dr. Dre,
Yeah.
Snoop. Oh,
The
my
halftime show is
God.
gonna be good. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's gonna be
So-
amazing. I think Ice Cube's gonna come out. I hope Ice Cube comes out.
Your boy.
I hope.
Your boy.
And that's the only way to do West Coast correct.
I started this gangster.
Yeah, there you go. I started this gangster stuff. But that's what I'm excited for. The game, I think the game's gonna be a blowout. Joe Burrows will be back in the Super Bowl.
Joe Burrow forever. That's my pick. I'm going for Joey B.
He's gonna be back in the Super Bowl, but this year is not gonna be his year, unfortunately.
Okay.
The Rams defense is just too good.
That's fair. That's a good take.
Good. They beat you.
Oh, okay.
They beat you guys.
You enjoy that too much.
Look at that pick. Replaying that pick. Where was he throwing it to?
I mean, he had no time. Like the offensive line died immediately as soon as the snap
The
went.
Rams defense, dude. Rams defense.
So,
whose house?
Oh, please. Please. It was like 3/4 red. Whose house? The fact that your PA announcer has to even remind you, like, hey, whose house is this? So embarrassing. Anyway, for the Arrows Up podcast, Harry, it was a pleasure to see you again. You're back. We'll be back soon to do a pod, and hopefully we have some good news on baseball and all of that. Yeah, hopefully Joe Bauer gets traded for
Joe Bauer
player.
What are we talking about, Joe Bauer?
Oh my God, Bauer. Hopefully Bauer gets traded.
Trevor Bauer.
Hopefully he gets traded for.
It's late, dude. It's late here in California, and yeah, it's really late.
Hopefully he gets traded for a player to be named later to the Red Sox, and that's how this whole thing ends.
He's gonna get traded to the Yankees, bro. Watch
the Red Sox. We hooked you up with Mookie Betts.
I'm calling it here.
Oh God. Anyway,
go Rams.
We gotta go.
Niners.
We gotta go. 49ers forever.
Go be salty.
Joey B forever. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. And
go Dodgers.
Until next time. Arrows Up Podcast. Rate, review, subscribe. Peace.